another universe where I haven't yet felt pain. And maybe in that other universe, I'm a flower and you're the rain. I think somewhere in
Hello, it is Summerween day 2. I spent day 1 of Summerween doing summery things like biking to the beach and going back to the beach later in the day. So yeah, I went to the beach twice yesterday because honestly there's not really much else really to do. I live in suburbia. No, but in all seriousness, like where I live, we don't really get a ton of summer. I know that's silly because like I live in Canada, but it's usually pretty cold where I am until like July. Like for a lot of people, I feel like summer kind of vibes kind of start in May when it starts to get a little bit warmer, and then they have like all of June, July, August, September. For us, it really only starts to get nice like in July. So we really only have like July and August, and if we're lucky, some of September as well. Honestly, it's not uncommon to snow in June. Like I think it did snow in June. So I'm just soaking up the summer now for the short period of time that I can. I had to laugh this morning because my day list on Spotify was cozy pumpkin spice morning or something like that. And I was like, oh, it knows that it's Summerween, but that's a lie because that's not the first time pumpkin spice has been in my day list title. It's not even the second time or third time or fourth time. I stopped screenshotting it after like 3 or 4 times, but I'm pretty sure it's been in my day list like at least 6 or 7 times. So I clearly fit that type of archetype. One of the prompts on the bingo board is to have a fall treat. So I think I'll make something pumpkin-y. I feel like that's my hint to make something pumpkin-y. It definitely won't be today, Saturday, because I work a night shift, and it definitely won't be tomorrow because I'll be sleeping most of the day and then tired the rest of it. So maybe I'll do that on Monday. I'd say there's probably a 60% chance that I will make something on Monday. I'll probably just end up, I don't know, trying to find some like pumpkin syrup or something and put it in my coffee, but it'll count, right? Anyways, I didn't really do any talking yesterday, but I did do reading. So I read 160 pages into Dead 11 by Jimmy Giuliano, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I love a book that has multiple POVs and multiple formats, and this has that. So we're following kind of a few different storylines. So there's Harper, and he has gone to, okay, so this book is all about this island called Clifford Island. It's like this remote island, and everyone on the island is kind of living as if they're in like the 1990s. Like all of their clothes are from the 90s. They don't use cell phones. All of their technology is outdated. Like they're living as if like time hasn't moved forward. So we're following Harper, who goes to the island looking for his sister, Willow. And he found out that Willow went to the island and now Willow is missing. And Willow went to the island because she found the name of the island written on her son's floor after he had passed away. So she goes to the island basically looking for closure, and then she goes missing, and then her brother is looking for her. That's the long and the short of it. So we have a few different POVs. We have Harper, and that's told in first person. And then we have Willow's chapters, and they're told like as a countdown, like 30 days until Willow disappears, 25 days until Willow disappears. And those are in third person. And then we also have Willow like writing letters to her husband. We have like interviews, text conversations. And I just love when a book has multiple POVs, different formats, that kind of thing. I find that it makes the reading experience really enjoyable. So I'm liking this so far. At this point in the book though, I feel like not a ton has happened. We're just kind of getting like the lives of the people on the island. There's 3 dogs in my house right now. We're basically just getting the lives of the people on the island, kind of like their day-to-day situations of them like acting weird. People on the island kind of have these rituals, and they have to do the same thing every day, or they feel like bad things are going to happen. They like clamp their curtains shut at night. They like don't use cell phones. The kids need permission to leave the island. I can't even remember what I have been talking about. But yeah, 160 pages in, enjoying it so far, liking the multiple formats, excited to see where this one is going. I'm also 3 stories into It Came From the Closet, Queer Reflections on Horror. There's like a bunch of different authors in here. The only one that I had actually heard of was Carmen Maria Machado, and her story was at the beginning, and it was about Jennifer's body. So basically this is exactly what it sounds like, Queer Reflections on Horror. And it says like in the introduction, like we're gonna spoil all these movies, which is fine by me because I'm not a huge TV watcher. I've actually, out of all of the ones mentioned in here, there's 28. I've only I've only seen like 5 of the movies, I think. So the way that they talk about them though, it doesn't matter to me that I haven't watched them because they're describing them really vividly and like in a way that like they talk about one thing and they're like, this is the information that you need for me to make the point I'm about to make. So I'm really liking it so far. I really liked Carmen Maria Machado's story. It was about Jennifer's body and like whether or not Jennifer's body was like a queer baiting movie and how like she feels like that movie kind of deserved more love. But yeah, I'm liking it so far. The next story is centered around The Ring, which is a movie that I've seen. So I'm excited to get to that one. I originally so there's 5 parts in here and each part has 5 stories in it. And I was like, oh, that's perfect. I can read 1 part for each day of Summerween. And then I realized that there are 7 days in a week and not 5. So I'm going to try to read like 3 or 4 stories a day. Like I said before, I work tonight, so I'll be working overnight 7 to 7. And hopefully it's not super busy and I'll be able to get some reading done like on my break. If I'm like really busy at work, I don't usually like to read on my break. I'm like too drained. So hopefully I'll be able to get some reading done on my break. Maybe I'll be able to get a couple more stories out of this one. Yeah, I think we're gonna go for a bike ride to get some ice cream and really soak in the minimal summer that we have. Hello, it is day 3 of Summerween and it is like almost 6 o'clock p.m. So I worked last night and then I was sleeping like all day, majority of the day today. And then now we are just at the beach. So I have snuck away to do a little bit of update. So yeah, I was decently busy last night. So I didn't get a ton of reading done. I'm about 50% through Dead 11 and it's pretty much the same. So we're kind of at the point now where it's like, is this like these people acting strange or is it actually a supernatural element that's going on? So I am enjoying where the story is going and I'm still enjoying like all the different formats. I've also finished 4 more stories from It Came From the Closet, and so far the ones that have stood out to me, I already talked about Carmen Maria Machado's, the one about Dead 11, the one about Jennifer's body and how it's really about like being bisexual and being in love with your best friend, and she relates it to personal experiences that she has, and I'm giving that one 4 stars. The one on The Ring I read as well and I gave that one 4 stars. It was about like the villains in horror movies or the people to be feared in horror movies are usually disabled or sick looking, and how as someone, the author, I'll put the author, I can't remember who the author of that one was because I don't have the book on me, but I'll put it here. How being someone who is disabled, how it makes them feel always seeing people that have disabilities or that are sick depicted poorly in horror films and media in general. And that one I really liked. I gave that one 4 stars as well, and that one reminded me of what I liked about Disfigured by Amanda Leduc. That one was like a critique of media and disability representation in media, and it was really good. My favorite of what I've read so far though was the one by the editor of the anthology, Joe Velez. His was called Imprint, I think, and it was about the movie Grace, which I had never heard of before, but it's basically about someone who has a stillbirth, so trigger warning for pregnancy loss and miscarriage and infant loss. It is, about someone who has a stillbirth, and then she so badly wants her baby to still be alive, and then her baby comes back to life, but then is basically thriving off of blood. So it's like slowly devouring the mother. And I had never heard about that movie before. The way that he described things in there and themes and scenes and then related it back to his personal stuff was just so well done. I gave that one 5 stars. I don't know if I said that already, but it was also about his and his husband's journey with like having a surrogate and like doing like IVF with the surrogate and having multiple losses, and it was just really well done. It probably wasn't the best place for me to read it at work because I am a labor and delivery nurse, so reading about like just how much like emotion and everything he poured into just that small essay while I was at work was, maybe not the best place, but it was still very good and very impactful. Sorry, there's like fluff in my eye. And now I'm at the beach, so I'm gonna go soak up the sun a little bit, and I think we're gonna have a fire tonight and have some s'mores. So happy Summerween Day 3.
Took one step out the door, wish I'd taken before. I can't make amends with those who won't make good friends. Took one look at the car, felt like looking at a scar. I can't play pretend with those who play the victim. I can't make.
I had to move inside because there was a spider that kept coming back, and although it very much suited the Summerween vibes, it didn't suit my vibe, which is that I am irrationally afraid of spiders. So I flicked it away once and then it came back, so I was like, goodbye. Anyways, I have read 6 more stories since I talked to you last, so I'm like caught up for like the 3 days of all the stories that I wanted to read per day. We've had stories about The Blob, Godzilla, a couple movies that I had never heard of, some werewolf movies, and they're all kind of just, I'm liking them still, but they're all kind of starting to kind of blend together a little bit. Nothing has really stood out for me that I like really feel like talking about. I like the Godzilla one. I think I gave that one 3.5. There was one on the werewolf and about like, being a man but being a monster, and about how in the movie the dad realizes that like his son is the monster and struggles with that, and she relates that to her dad being very like homophobic and not knowing that his child is queer, and being able to kind of love the monster. And that one I liked. What other one did I like? Also the one about Jaws I enjoyed as well. Kind of talking about how there's parts in Jaws that are like secretly queer and going through kind of like a scene from the movie from like a different lens. So I find that those are always really fun. But a lot of the stories I'm giving 3 stars, a lot of them I'm giving 4 stars. So I'm still really enjoying it though. But some of it is kind of starting to blend a little bit. But I'm done with this one. I'm going to listen to a bit of the audiobook of this one again. In case you're wondering, it's like 1:30 in the morning here
because I slept throughout the day pretty much. I am not yet tired. So this is usually how my evenings go. I sleep during the day, I stay up late at night, and then I sleep late into the day, and then therefore I stay up late at night. So it's just a cycle, but I'll probably go to bed soon. I might read for like a half an hour down here, and yeah, I'm hoping to finish this one tomorrow if I want to kind of stay on track for like the other things that I want to read during Summerween. But I mean, I'm only halfway through it at this point, so I'm not that optimistic, but we will see. Anyways, I'm gonna read for a bit and then go to bed, and I will see you tomorrow.
Hello. So I'm having a bit of a dilemma. I really wanted this video to be like the first 4 days of Summerween, but I haven't actually finished a book yet. And so it feels kind of silly posting a video without having like final thoughts on anything, but I don't want this video to be like an hour long. So I think I will just post it for the first 3 days of Summerween and then hopefully accomplish more things in the next one. So as for the bingo board, I have read a book outside, I've read a book in the dark, I am reading, oh my God. Oh, Pelly just jump scared me so bad. Okay, get out. You scared the shit out of me. Oh, my heart is like racing. That scared me so badly. Okay, as for the bingo board, I have read a book outside. I've read a book in the dark. I am reading a book with 5 words in the title. I am reading a book with a night sky on the cover. And this is a thriller, kind of. It hasn't really been that thrilling so far, but it's a thriller, I think. I'm hoping that in the next video, I will have read one or both of these. That is so unlikely. I think my toxic trait is that I think I'm a faster reader than I am. And also I don't actually have that much like free time to read because I'm like parenting my child all day. So I only really have like the evenings to read. And I'm actually not like, I'm like a pretty average paced reader. Like I wouldn't by any means say I'm a fast reader. So I'm always like, I'm gonna read so much, and I never can. So anyways, I'm gonna end it there, and hopefully I have accomplished all the things in the next video. Thanks for watching if you did. Goodbye.